Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization here, searching for Bigfoot near Mount St. Helens, Washington. We are going to share two Bigfoot sighting reports in this area while we look around that motivate us to come here. Matt Fisher writes RMSO in the YouTube comments on Southern West Virginia Bigfoot howls. Here's what he says. I had the most terrifying encounter back in 2017, hunting in big timber around Mount St. Helens. I was always kind of skeptical, but not now. They're here for sure, and when you encounter one, it may be the scariest thing that's ever happened. I was so scared to go back in the woods, but I do, and I'm always on alert. They are huge, can move fast. The tree knocks they do are terrifying when it happens 30 yards from you in the dark timber. Every hair on my body stood up. Within a second, I processed anything that could have possibly did the tree knock, and there is no animal that can do it, so then I was really nervous. I flipped my gun on fire and was praying that no one was out there messing with me. But I knew there was no one. I was in the middle of nowhere, and there were no roads within miles of where I was. It took me a good 4 hours to hike in, and then it walked out in front of me and just stood there watching me. I couldn't even pull my gun up. I was so nervous, just looking straight, eye to eye. He turned and just walked away slowly. And when he got out of sight, which was about 30 yards into the timber, he yelled so loud. It freaked me out, and I run up the mountain for like 1,000 yards until my heart felt like it was going to explode. RMSO responding. We really appreciate hearing about your Bigfoot sighting and experience, Matt. Sounds terrifying. Personally, I have been very close to a loud wood knock, and I had two companions with me, and I ran in the direction of the wood knock with the camera going, and my companions, Brody and Jenny, were yelling at me to stop. My adrenaline was going, and I lost my common sense. Probably shouldn't rush in the direction, but I did. A little bit braver when you have companions in the daytime. You were alone. You actually come face to face with it a little bit after that. Paul Freeman has always stated, and his Bigfoot sighting also was in Washington, caught on camera. They only show themselves when you're alone. The next Bigfoot sighting report is a bit older, and I don't mind. If your Bigfoot sighting happened 10 years ago, 100 years ago, I want to hear about it. I want to know the history of Bigfoot in different areas, figure out if they are a Bigfoot sighting hotspot, a window into the Bigfoot activity. My grandfather's Bigfoot sighting was in Mount St. Helens in the 1930s. It's one of the reasons I visit this area and do so many Bigfoot expeditions. Him and four other companions were in the area on a backpacking trip. My grandfather and three of the companions saw three Bigfoots. My grandfather was over 6'2". The smallest of the three Bigfoot was 6'4". The other one was around 7 foot. The other one 8 foot. Scared the crap out of them. They had no idea what they had encountered because Bigfoot hadn't been coined. There just wasn't a lot of material on it like there is nowadays. Plus, there's so many more people to, by chance, run into Bigfoot and report it. Okay, here goes the next sighting report. This gentleman and his brother want to remain anonymous. He sent the report in to us for his brother. Hi, I do enjoy your Bigfoot stories. I would like to tell you of my brother's experience as he was too a logger or lumberjack. This took place in the late 1960s. He and his buddies had finished up their jobs and were loading up all the equipment for the day of cutting trees. It was in the Mount St. Helens area in Washington state. They all jumped into the truck, started making their way down the mountain when a big black thing jumped out onto the dirt road. It stood there with amberish red eyes looking at them for some odd seconds, then took one step off the road into the tundra. Now, my brother told me they had to slouch down in their seats and behind their necks to look up at the creature. To this day, he will never forget that story. I am 63 and my brother is 69, and from time to time, he and I discussed that night he saw Sasquatch. He believes I notice that he shakes whenever he tells me the story. If anyone else has a Bigfoot sighting, no matter how new or old, please email us at rmsobigfoot@gmail.com. Anywhere in the US, Canada, or the world, we want to hear the details of your sighting. It helps us with our study of this elusive giant, and we're able to publicly document the history of this amazing creature. You may remain anonymous if you choose. There have been 14 new species of primates scientifically documented since the year 2000. Two of those primates are large great apes, a new orangutan, and the giant, 6 feet tall, over 200-pound billy ape. These creatures have always been around, and locals have always known of their existence. But it's just recently the scientific community has recognized them. We feel many locals of where Sasquatch dwell know that they are real. One day, science will have what they need to recognize these forest giants. Bigfoot is on the verge of discovery. Thank you for taking a look around a Bigfoot sighting hotspot with us while we search for the creature and a couple of the Bigfoot sighting reports that motivate us to keep looking for the creature in this area. Hope you enjoyed. Keep on watching. We're going to keep on squatching.